She was checking the food jars in the pantry when the cat quietly wandered over. It simply paused near the back of the pantry for a few seconds, then calmly walked away. It looked like one of those little cat mysteries owners barely notice. But that tiny detour hints at a story that began thousands of years before pantries, before kitchens, and long before anyone thought of cats as pets. Because despite living on our couches today, cats didn't begin their relationship with humans the way dogs did. Most evidence suggests nobody set out to tame them. Instead, wild cats discovered that living near people came with some unexpected advantages. Over thousands of years, that simple arrangement quietly changed the future of both species. Understanding that story doesn't just explain where house cats came from. It explains why so many of their ancient instincts are still showing up in your living room today. And by the end of this video, that quick stop beside the pantry will make a lot more sense. But first, we have to travel back to a time when people weren't looking for pets. They were simply trying to protect their food. 1. The first partnership started with a problem. Imagine you've just harvested enough grain to feed your family through the coming months. For the first time, you've settled in one place. Life should be getting easier. Instead, the mice arrive. Night after night, they chew through the grain your family depends on. For early farming communities, rodents weren't just annoying. They threatened survival. Now picture that same village after sunset. A small wildcat slips quietly between the buildings. It's not searching for people. It's following the mice. Without realizing it, humans had created the perfect hunting ground. Stored grain attracted rodents. Rodents attracted wildcats. No one planned the relationship. Each species simply benefited from the other's presence. Cats found reliable hunting. People lost fewer food stores. Most researchers believe this quiet arrangement marked the beginning of one of history's longest partnerships. Notice what isn't happening. No collars, no training. Cats weren't recruited for a job. They simply discovered that living near people made life easier. And that small beginning still explains a lot about cats today. So if humans weren't actively taming cats, what actually changed? 2. The calmest cats had the biggest advantage. Picture two wildcats approaching the edge of an early village. One runs the moment it sees a person. The other keeps hunting from a safe distance. Which one catches more mice? Probably the second. Over many generations, cats that tolerated nearby humans had easier access to food. They survived, raised kittens, and those traits gradually became more common. No one planned it. Nature quietly favored cats that could live alongside people. Scientists call this the commensal pathway to domestication. Instead of humans deliberately domesticating cats, cats gradually adapted because the arrangement benefited them. That's one reason house cats still resemble their wild ancestors so closely. Their body shape, their hunting style, even those late-night bursts of energy. Which brings us back to the pantry. Your cat wasn't inspecting canned food. It was following an instinct that once helped its ancestors find prey wherever people stored food. And those instincts are still easy to spot today. 3. Your house cat is still built like a hunter. Watch your cat play with a feather toy. They freeze, lower their body, then pounce. That sequence isn't random. It's the same hunting pattern their wild ancestors relied on. You can spot those instincts in everyday life. Watching birds through the window, listening to sounds inside the walls, choosing a high shelf to observe the room. The surroundings have changed. The instincts haven't. That's one reason cats often seem so independent. They enjoy living with us, but they're still making decisions shaped by thousands of years of evolution. Most owners eventually notice that balance. Their cat enjoys company, yet also values choosing when and how interactions happen. That behavior may seem ordinary, until you realize what happened next. At some point, people stopped seeing cats as helpful hunters and started welcoming them into their homes for entirely different reasons. 4. People didn't just keep cats. They started admiring them. Which brings us back to the story. Generations had passed since wildcats first began hunting around human settlements. At first, the relationship was practical. Cats protected stored food. People welcomed their help. But over time, something changed. Cats moved from the edges of villages into everyday life. Ancient Egyptian artwork shows them resting beneath chairs, sitting beside their owners, and even wearing collars. They weren't simply tolerated anymore. They had become trusted companions. Many historians believe their skill at protecting grain made them especially valuable. As their usefulness became more familiar, appreciation gradually followed. Eventually, cats became associated with Bastet, the Egyptian goddess linked with the home and protection. Some were even carefully buried or mummified, showing how highly they were regarded. It's remarkable to think an animal that once hunted quietly outside villages was now living comfortably beside people. And once cats settled into our homes, they quietly began spreading far beyond them. 5. Cats didn't conquer the world. They hitched a ride. Think about what every trading ship carried: food, grain, and, unfortunately, rats. Where rodents gathered, cats had work to do. Sailors quickly realized a few good hunters could protect valuable supplies during long voyages. So cats began traveling with people, not because anyone dreamed of spreading cats around the world, simply because they were useful crew members. As trade routes expanded, cats quietly expanded with them. They reached new towns, new islands, new continents. Everywhere people stored food, rodents followed. And everywhere rodents appeared. Cats often weren't far behind. Most owners never think about it, but your cat's ancestors may have crossed oceans long before airplanes or even modern maps existed. Not as treasured pets, not as passengers, as quiet pest control specialists who happen to earn a free trip. Which also explains something many owners still notice today. Even after thousands of years living beside us, cats never completely lost their independence. 6. They never stopped being cats. Remember the pantry from the beginning? That brief stop beside the food jars may simply have been an old hunting instinct quietly resurfacing. That's one reason living with cats feels different from living with many other companion animals. Dogs were carefully bred for specific jobs. Cats mostly adapted by fitting themselves into human life while keeping many of the behaviors that made them successful hunters. That's why they still stalk toys, watch birds with intense focus, and prefer choosing when interactions begin. They're not part wild and part tame. They're ancient hunters living comfortably in modern homes. If you've ever wondered why your cat can be affectionate one moment and fiercely independent the next, those qualities have always belonged together. Before we finish, leave a comment and let us know. What's one behavior your cat does that suddenly makes a lot more sense now? Maybe it's checking cupboards, watching the window, or racing through the house for no obvious reason. And if you're enjoying exploring cat behavior with us, find the button and follow along. Which brings us back to the pantry. The owner finished checking the food jars. The cat had already wandered off. Nothing remarkable seemed to happen. Until you realized that Tiny Paws was connected to a partnership that began thousands of years ago, when a small wild hunter discovered people were worth living beside. All right, I'm gonna go. My cat just wandered into the pantry again, and I'm wondering what ancient instinct is on today's schedule. FurEver.